Hello, it's the Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. In this stream I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Reddit Online. So yeah, starting off with the title, there's free times, RDO money, gold, and XP. Like basically all free like currency kind of things in the game for Showdown modes, which is really cool. Also, I decided to make sure that I was streaming on the right channel, because I resurrected my second channel. Because I decided to start a new, like, walkthrough on the second channel. Or it's not much of a second channel anymore, it's kind of its own thing. Renamed it to Sinister Miscellaneous instead of Sinister 2, because it is kind of its own thing. Yeah, on the screen there was just a kind of little reminder that the Twitch Prime things changed like last week or something, and of course that's still going on. But yeah, before I get going in here, I'm going to be making a party, of course, since there's no invite-only lobbies for no apparent reason. I guess just free roam. Or regular free mode. But yeah, going to MS as spectator while the game loads in here. The like big highlights of the event week would be free trader, Moonshiner, resupplies. So you shouldn't have to pay a single cent for trader or Moonshiner supplies. So that's definitely quite nice. Definitely makes it one of the best money opportunities, I would say, for sure, that this game has probably ever had. And for a 4th of July, like, themed event week, that kind of makes sense. For sure, for them to do, like, a really good event week. Oh. I thought that was a message that says he got disconnected or whatever the heck. That happens semi-often for some people. Yeah, I thought the game failed to load me in a lobby there. Yeah, quite a couple of good money opportunities for sure. Free times on pretty much everything with Showdown modes is quite nice, even though it might not necessarily be all that big, and plus you have to win it pretty much to do good. So because of that, I would definitely recommend Free Trader and Moonshiner resupplies for sure, way more than the Showdown modes. And then there's also free gun oil, similar to the last 4th of July event week stream. Like the last year's 4th of July event week. So just like last year's 4th of July event week, they decided to do free gun oil again. Definitely quite nice for maintaining weapons, for sure. And there's 33.3% off the Butcher's Table. Because that's normally 15 gold bars, and now it would be 10. And I would have to imagine that's in addition to the Twitch Prime side of things with the Butcher Table. But yeah, the Twitch Prime stuff currently going on right now is offered for 5 gold bars off the Butcher Table, which starts the trader roll. So I'm curious if that like gets bunched together with the current 5 gold bars off. So if you're on Twitch Prime, you might even get 10 gold bars off instead of 5. So definitely a very good time into trader roll if you have not already. Definitely a very good time to jump into it. Yeah, 40% off stable stall. I feel I just got a lot of random ones, but whatever. Might as well claim these. Oh, it's completely useless for me, but whatever. Okay, what went on? Yep, I figured someone was calling me off the screen. Is it just me, or... Yeah, is it just me, or do a lot of people in Valentine like to be dickheads? Like, actually. Yeah, I believe I'm rank 6 for the trader now, I believe. With the 6,000. Yes, I'm rank 6, I'm hit rank 7 kind of. So now I'm finally promising for every single, like, role at minimum, which is quite nice. For those who don't know, my least played role is the trader. But yeah, starting here just confirms that there is triple rewards on all Showdown modes, which is for all 3 types of currencies, like I mentioned, cash, gold, and XP. So it could be good for ranking up as well for cash and gold. This could especially be really good for gold. The thing this has over the trader and Moonshiner resupplies is you can actually earn gold, which is quite nice. And I believe it's like 0.32 or something like that at max normally, so that could be almost a whole bar if you're good in Showdown modes. I also meant to press and not hold it. For things that aren't on the Mr. Spectator, there's 40% off all guns and 6% off ammunition. But yeah, it doesn't matter the type of ammunition, it will always 60% off. And there's also confirmation of the gun oil being free as well. And I think someone's calling me again. Yep, because my light bar changed. Yeah, people in Valentine like to be dicks, it seems. Yeah, there's also half off on melee and firm weapons as well. So basically any single like weapon in the game is gonna be discounted. And it does include things like the reinforced lasso and the bolas. Apparently those are included for like the bounty hunter role, for example. That's definitely quite nice. So some of the bounty hunter weapons, for example, are on discount. I would assume weapons with the other roles are on discount too, if the reinforced lasso and the reinforced lasso and the bolas are half off as well. Yeah, there's also 40% off all pamphlets. But of course, those allow you to craft different like weapons and stuff. And yeah, it talks about the weekly collection apparently. This one's pretty much the same one from before, but swapped for some reason. Don't understand why, but whatever. We don't know if this confirmation of the free resupplies for traders and Moonshiners. And confirmation as well on 5 gold bars off the pusher table or 33.3% off. We have 5 gold bars would be 33.3% off the butcher's table, hence why I put in 33.3%. Because I like to go off percents instead of off gold bars. Because if I go over any other like regular discounts, I would go off percentage. So it's kind of just keep it more in line with the rest of the discounts. So do know 33.3% off is for 5 gold bars off. And like I mentioned, including the 5 gold bars off of the Twitch Prime, you might be able to even get 10 gold bars off this week, so it might be probably the best time ever to invest into Butcher's Stable, to be honest. And then, again, just like duplicates for some reason. So now I'll go over some specifics with some of the discounts and stuff, some like recommendations and whatnot. So yeah, obviously, like I mentioned earlier, things like the reinforced lasso and the boas will definitely be the big priority you'll want to do for 50% off all melee and thrown weapons. And ammunition obviously would be the like best ammunitions in the game for the recommendation. Go over some of the weapons though. But yeah, the most recent weapon as well, of course, we've 40% off as well. So if you don't have Navy revolvers, now would be a time to get one. Though they have given a Navy revolver in the past free, so it's not as big of a recommendation, I would say, because for that reason. Of course, there's the rare shotgun, which is just a different looking shotgun with like no customizations. Yeah, it's basically a like different looking double barrel shotgun with no customizations, which normally isn't worth it. But 40% off could be nice for sure on that one, if you want to collect all the weapons in the game. But matte revolvers, probably my biggest recommendation for revolvers and any weapon in general even. So not only does it have the revolver like rounds, of course, that is the shotgun slug option as well, with the shotgun barrel. And probably the best weapon in the game, since I'm pretty sure it's basically the most expensive, is the monster pistol. And it's not one with a variant, so you can't just buy like all the attachments and a cool look of like one fee. That would definitely help make the monster pistols less expensive for sure. High recommendation as well for me would be Evans Repeater, having 26 like rounds, of course, which I believe is kind of the best like weapon when it comes to like the amount of ammo it can hold by like a long shot in this game. So definitely a very worthy investment there. Varmint rifle could be good for getting perfects on certain like smaller pellets like rabbits and stuff like that. But obviously if you have like the ultimate edition like I do, you would get it for free otherwise. But if you don't, it's quite a good one there, I would say. And yeah, probably the Carcano rifle over the 2 snipers for sure. But yeah, those would be like all my big recommendations there. And I would assume the bow might be on discount as well, but not sure on that one. That's kind of the advice with weapon discounts, I would say. Not really much of anything to say about melee and thrown weapons, plus I kind of already talked about that one actually. For pamphlets, obviously you will probably want to go for like the explosive weaponry and stuff like that, obviously. That's pretty much the best you'll get out of the pamphlets, to be honest. And then yeah, it's very rare for them to talk about the weekly collection on a newswire or the like news section anymore, so it's kind of nice for sure. But I'll still pick it up at the post office and talk about it there. Alright, that's pretty much all to say about the event week stuff, discount wise and whatnot. Yeah, basically I believe it's just a weekly collection over now. I'll be good there. What, this stream? Probably.
Good to see you back, sir.
Yeah, there's the Veterans Collection.
See you around.
I only did the Veterans Collection like before, like last week or something. I'm not sure though. I feel it's probably a different one though, like most event weeks. Or if not pretty much all event weeks though. Yeah, this collection has a quarter, 1792 quarter, Old Tanjin, and then Ivory Onyx ring. And as with any weekly collection, this one sadly is not really worth it. You might as well just go full collections. Not really. Would definitely not recommend ever going for like a small collection like this, like a weekly collection, unless you're like, unless you don't have a lot of time to go for full collections. That's the only case I would say to go for the weekly collections. And there's definitely very helpful maps out there on Google for sure, for like all the locations for like the collectibles on every single like day. I believe like the collectible locations move around like every evening, like PST time or something, so like 5 p.m. PST or something like that. I believe the collectibles move around every time. And there is a map that does. I've used a map before, and it's definitely put that into account, so there are very accurate like maps on Google out there for finding all the collectibles you may want. So especially for that reason, weekly collections are definitely not worth it. And especially this one taken from 3 different sets. If it were a weekly collection that was just one different like collectible like set, then that would be nice. Like if it were all coins, then it would be slightly more worth it, but because it takes from 3 different sets, you kind of have to go very out your way for it as well. That's kind of all there is to say on that one. Now to make sure I've talked about everything. Actually, before I go, I will talk about one more thing. That's the strategy with free gun oil. Somewhere the gun oil should be in here, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's near the end, I don't know. I guess it wasn't in there for some reason. But yeah, the strategy with gun oil for getting it for free is your post office can carry a certain amount of gun oil. I believe it can go up to like 99 or something like that in the post office. And you can hold obviously a certain amount on hand as well. So the strategy is to go to like the gunsmith to get a bunch of gun oil on hand, as well as order it off the catalog, of course, for the post office. So yeah, you can get gun oil in 2 different ways, and you can get around like 150 gun oil for free, I believe, at max. So that's definitely quite nice for sure. The Professional has a really great video on that from the last year that they did an event week with the free gun oil, which was the last 4th of July event week from 2019 or whatever. Professional made a very good video on that, explaining like the good way of going about that. Yeah, I believe just gain them for your catalog and post office. You can get like around 150 or something like that. But definitely something very worth doing for sure, because it will definitely last a long while, I would say, in the game. Yeah, aside from that, that's actually going to be it for the stream. I might be doing the GTA Online one, like, later today or whatever, since I believe it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday for me now, so later today I might do my GTA Online event week stream. And on my miscellaneous channel, I'll probably continue my walkthrough of SpongeBob SquarePants Powerful Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. For those who don't know, I'm doing a walkthrough of SpongeBob SquarePants Powerful Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, which is quite fun for sure. It's definitely a blast for the first part, so I can't wait to get the last few parts done. It's a pretty short game, so I think it should only be like 5 parts or something like that, most likely. 3 at minimum, 5 maybe at max. For that walkthrough, I'm like assuming. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the stream. And again, that walkthrough is on Sinister Miscellaneous, not on this channel. Hope you enjoy.